Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming to spend some time with me today, and I want to take this opportunity to wish each and every one of you a very, very happy 2019. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and a magical new year, and that the new year brings you many blessings. I've been very quiet over Christmas in terms of uploading. I had some technical issues. I was trying to upload a couple of videos and I had problems. I have a new iPad and I was using that, and between one thing and another I just couldn't seem to get the video uploaded, and I had recorded a get ready with me for New Year's, and anyway, it just didn't happen. So I drew a line under it and I'm starting afresh now for 2019, and I have lots of new ideas for videos, and I'm going to slightly change, tweak things a little bit, not so much change, but tweak things a little bit, and hopefully that you will enjoy the new content that I will be bringing to you. So I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. We had a quiet enough Christmas, very relaxing, just lots of family time, and games and movies and eating lots, and yes, just generally taking time to recharge those batteries. So I'm very excited now for the new year, and to kind of freshen things up again in every sense, in the house, with my beauty routine, with my lifestyle, and just make some changes that hopefully I'll be able to maintain. So I thought that for today I would do my December favorites, and I don't have too many, but just a few little things that I thought you would like to see. If you're new, you won't know that I like to shop my stash as much as I possibly can and use things up before I buy any new products of a particular type of, maybe it's a blush or eyeshadows, although I do have a weakness for eyeshadow palettes, but I do try and shop my stash and use things up as much as I possibly can. So I'd actually run out of an everyday foundation. I had been using, what had I been using? I can't remember. I know. I was using my Lancome Tonti Doll every day because it was coming to the end, and I said I'll just use it up. So that was gone, and I needed one. I do have my Charlotte Tilbury one, but I don't use that every day. So I wanted something that I could use every day, and that it was affordable. And if you haven't watched me before, that's another thing. I tend to mix my products. I have some higher end and lots of drugstore as well, because sometimes I find the drugstore actually works better than the higher end products. But what I had been trying over the month of December, I had a little sample of the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid, and I enjoyed it so much that I actually went and purchased the full size. I'm in the colour True Ivory, and it's kind of pale out. Initially I thought that it might be too pale for me, and I know my lighting isn't great here. I'm videoing in the evening, so it's getting, not evening, it's kind of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's the colour, and it's quite pale, but then I am quite pale. It's a good colour match for me. It blends very nicely into my neck, and it's a very, very, very comfortable foundation to wear. It's light to medium coverage. You could probably build it a little bit, but I actually have it on me. I hope that light isn't giving me too much of a shine, but as I say, it's a good colour match. It's very comfortable to wear. It's not drying. It doesn't seem to settle into pores or fine lines or any dry patches or anything like that. It was a very good price. I bought it in Boots, and it was €10.49, so a very good price. And very often Boots will do the 3 for 2, or if you have your points built up, you could probably, might be able to. The only thing with Boots is you can't part pay. You need, if I wanted to buy this with points, I would have to have the equivalent 1,040, would it be 1,000? Yes, 1,049 points to pay for that. But if you buy in Superdrug, you can part pay. So this also has an SPF of 13, so really been enjoying that. I try and change things up as much as possible. I switch around my products so that I kind of show them all a little bit of love. So my blush for this month that I've been reaching for, I'm sure I have mentioned this many, many, many times. I may have even mentioned it last month in my favourites, but it's the Milani Baked Powder Blush in number 03, Berry Amour. And it's a lovely kind of tawny, I did mention it recently, kind of tawny blush. I do have it on. It does have a little bit of highlighter in it, so it kind of doubles. You don't necessarily have to put a highlighter. It gives a little bit of sheen to your cheeks, but that's a colour that I absolutely love, particularly in the winter time, because it's that dusky shade. I love a bit of a flick for my eyeliner. I hope you can see it today. And I have been struggling to find an eyeliner that really lasts on my eyes because I have oily eyelids. But this one, I had purchased it before and had sort of left it. I hadn't really given it much of a chance, and I pulled it out recently, and it's the Revolution Awesome Double Flick Liquid Eyeliner. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to read that. Possibly not, because the lighting is, where's the writing? It's kind of worn away, but I will link it. You won't be able to read it, but I will link it below. And it's a double-ended pen. So you might be able to see, if I against my shirt, that one end is thicker and one end is thinner. So this is what I've been using. Now, I'm not using the thicker end as much, and actually that one seems to have dried out, but the thinner end is really good, and it gives there's a lovely line you can work with. It's very easy to work with because it's a pen. It's not, you're not dipping into a liquid, which can be difficult, but this is very easy to work with. So you just literally go along your lash line and you can pull the little cat eye out. So I've really been enjoying that. I have an itchy nose now. Typical, every time I do a video I get an itchy nose. My last makeup product is a lipstick that I've been reaching for all the time. I had it in my purse. It matches a lot of things, and it's a colour I absolutely love. This is the NYX or NYX matte lipstick, and it's in the colour Whipped Caviar. I don't know if you'll be able to, excuse me, oh, itchy. I don't know if you'll be able to read it. You might be able to read it there. That's it, Whipped Caviar, but it's a gorgeous shade. It's a kind of browny. I have it on. It's turning more towards brown, but it can pull pink as well. And even though it's matte, it's not drying, and that is a shade. It's well used, as you can see, and that's a shade that I would keep in my makeup purse for every day. And I've been reaching for that a lot during the month of December, and particularly when it was busy for shopping and so on. I didn't have to think. And actually, I believe that this is a very good dupe for MAC. I think it's MAC Myrrh. I'll just swatch it there for you. And you can see it kind of pulls brick, it pulls pink, it pulls a bit of red. It's a very versatile colour. So I highly recommend that, and it's a really good price point as well. For skincare, I changed up my facial SPF. I usually use the Bioderma Photoderm Max SPF 50. I ran out, and when I went to my local pharmacy, which is where I normally buy it, they didn't. It was a branch of my local pharmacy, not the one that I normally go to, but they didn't have it, so I needed one. So I purchased the Aveeno Active Naturals Ultra Calming Anti-Redness Cream with naturally active fever few, but it's SPF 20s. Now, it's a lot lower than I would normally go for, but here in Ireland at the moment, we're not getting very much sunshine. Now, I know the rays are still there, but I think in winter time I could lower it to a little, and there is I could lower it a little to the 20. And there's also a school of thought that would say factor 20, 25 is probably, when you're going much higher than that, you're actually not getting an awful lot more protection. I don't know if I subscribe to that theory, but at least I have the factor 20. I apply this every day because I do use a vitamin A serum, and if you use a vitamin A serum of any kind, or retin-A, you need tretinoin or whatever, you need to use a facial SPF. So it's a lovely texture, because the one I was using before was more of a liquid. This is more of a cream That's it there. But it blends in it rubs in and absorbs really, really easily. It doesn't interfere with my makeup. I have it on at the moment. It hasn't interfered with my makeup, and it's a lovely, it's kind of moisturizing as well. So I've really been enjoying that. Another skincare item, I didn't realize that here in Ireland we can actually buy Andalou Naturals, and I've been dying to try their pumpkin honey glycolic mask. I've been dying to try it, and I was going to order it online, and I was shopping about 6 weeks ago, and I came across a health food shop that actually carries Andalou Naturals, and I immediately bought the pumpkin honey glycolic mask, and I was very excited to try it. And when I tried it first, my daughter's been using it as well, so you can see it's a kind of a pumpkin-y colour. It's got a kind of a gel-like texture, but you can feel there's a little bit of graininess in it, very, very slightly. Now, nothing that you're not rubbing it into your skin, you're placing it on as a mask. And the first time I used it, I noticed that initially there was a tingling, and it kind of, normally I don't react to things, but this was giving me a little tingling, so I didn't leave it on you can leave it on for up to 20 minutes. It says to apply evenly to clean, dry or damp skin, leave for 10 to 20 minutes and rinse with cool water. It was giving me a tingling, so I think I just left it on for the 10. And I was a little bit nervous taking it off, that maybe it would have caused some redness in my skin or a reaction, but it didn't. So obviously the tingling was just removing the upper layer of, or the outer layer of dead skin cells. So I've used it a few times since, and I really, really like it. It does remove dead skin cells. It gives you a lovely canvas then for your further skincare, your serums, your moisturizers, your oils. This is a natural product as well, so I really, really like that. There's no nasty chemicals in it, so I've really been enjoying that. My daughters have used it, and they've enjoyed it as well. And actually, the daughter who was using it does have slightly sensitive skin, and she didn't react. So I can recommend that. It's made with fruit stem cells, and it's a brightening mask. So it was a really good price point. It was less than €14, so I'll definitely be repurchasing that. And then I finally went back to, I've been trying different lip balms of late, and I was very tempted to buy, because my lips started to dry out quite a lot when the weather began to get colder, and using central heating and so on, and we also have a stove, so it's quite warm in the house, and I noticed that my lips were drying out a lot, and whatever I was using wasn't really, it was helping but not really getting to the root of the problem. I was going to buy the Kiehl's, I think it's called a butter lip mask, and I had a look at it one day in the department store, and I think it was €25, so quite an investment for a lip balm. And I remembered that I had used, a couple of years ago, I'd used the Nooks Rev de Miel lip balm, so it's in their honey range. I popped over because there's a Nooks counter there in the same department store, and I looked at the two. I had looked at the Kiehl's one, and this is the Nooks one, practically the same but half the price. This was, I think, €12. So that's the Nooks Rev de Miel. I have used it before, and I was so happy that I purchased it again. This will sort out any dryness, cracked lips, anything like that. It's very soothing, very moisturizing, very nourishing, and it's natural as well. So obviously there's honey in it. It's kind of a waxy texture. You won't be able to see it really, but it is kind of a waxy texture. But when you put it on, it just really moisturizes, and you'll feel it there the next morning. So I have really been enjoying this. I've had no cracked lips. All my favorites for the month of December. I hope you've enjoyed that, and let me know what you've been enjoying for the month of December, and leave any comments below, questions below, anything that you'd like me to talk about, or any products you might like me to review. If you haven't already, maybe you would hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. I would love to have you as part of the family here. We have a lovely group, and we kind of chat away, and I know I haven't got to some of my comments from my last video before Christmas, but I will. I promise. I do answer all my comments. So I hope that you've enjoyed that, and I hope to see you back with me in the next video. Have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye bye.